Taj Mahal has been sold not just once but thrice. And that's not all. The Red Fort, Rashtrapati Bhavan, and even the Parliament was sold. And the funniest part, the Parliament was sold with its members. I know what you're thinking. How in the world is that possible? It's all thanks to one person, Natwarlal. But hold on a second, even Natwarlal is not his original name. This guy has more aliases than you can imagine. He is India's very own Frank Abagnale or Danny Ocean or even maybe better. But who is this guy? How did he manage to pull off all these incredible feats? This is Nivipedia. Let's dig into it. Natwarlal was India's most wanted criminal during his time. He had a whopping 112 cases filed against him from 8 different states. With all his crimes combined together, he was sentenced for 119 years of jail. But guess what? This guy didn't spend even 20 years behind the bars. Escaping from jail was a part of his skill set. And get this, when he escaped from the jail for the last time, he was probably 84 years old. He always left people scratching their heads with his antics. Even his death was a mystery. Nobody knows for sure when or where did he passed away. What a ghostly character, right? But who is this ghost? Our protagonist, Mithilesh Kumar Srivastava, was born in the year 1912 in a little village called Bangra in Bihar. Wondering who Mithilesh is? Well, that is the real name of Natwarlal. Though he had more than 50 aliases, he was well known by this name Natwarlal. We'll get to the reason behind this later. But before that, let's delve into his criminal activities. At the tender age of 15, Natwarlal's neighbor took him to a bank to withdraw money. On that day, he learned many banking procedures and also discovered that we can withdraw cash with a check. This sparked an idea in his mischievous mind. Why not copy his neighbor's signature and withdraw some cash? And you know what? He just didn't think about it, he actually did it. And he was just 15 years at that time. Of course, he was caught after several attempts, and that prompted him to move out of his hometown to Kolkata. And there he studied commerce and he even worked as a stockbroker. Now let's move to the second heist, which took place in Kolkata. One day, Natwarlal stumbled upon tons of iron joints lying on the street, likely meant for construction. Now everyone would have walked past it without giving a second thought, but not our Natwarlal. He created a fake document claiming ownership of those iron joints and sold a whopping 9 tons of iron joints to an unsuspecting buyer. It didn't take long for the buyer to realize that he was duped. He promptly filed a complaint against Natwarlal. Natwarlal was arrested and he spent 6 months in jail. But Natwarlal saw this as an opportunity to improve his skills and become even more better in forgery without getting caught. Damn, he used jail as a workshop to practice forgery. Let's move on to his third heist, this time with the Indian Railways. By this point, Natwarlal has become an expert in creating forged documents. His father used to be a station master, so he had an insider knowledge about the freight department. Back then, if goods were sent by train from one location to another, the receiver would need a release order to claim them. Unclaimed goods would be moved to the freight office, where they could be collected upon presentation of the order. Armed with this knowledge, Natwarlal would casually stroll into the freight office, observe for the valuable goods, and come back with fake release orders to collect them. This boosted his confidence and paved way for even more sophisticated forgeries. In 1940s, there was a huge demand for raw materials in the textile industry. Natwarlal took this as an opportunity to make some serious money. He struck some business deal with a few merchants in Uttar Pradesh to supply cotton. At that time, he had a Gujarati assistant called Natwarlal. Mithilesh introduced himself as Natwarlal to everyone involved. The duo orchestrated a plan involving railways. They provided the merchants with fake release orders promising access to the goods in Azamkar railway station. In return, they received hefty advance payment. However, when the merchants went to the Azamkar railway station to collect the goods, they found nothing waiting for them. The assistant Natwarlal managed to escape, but Mithilesh was caught. Since everyone knew him as Natwarlal, the police assumed this to be his real name and filed a complaint under his name. And this is how our legend acquired his famous name Natwarlal. Natwarlal had a diverse range of schemes to loot and deceive people. He possessed a special talent of gaining people's trust easily, which he took as an advantage. And guess what? Nirav Modi was not the first person to cheat Punjab National Bank. Natwarlal beat him to it. He opened an account in the bank and gradually gained the trust of the manager, portraying himself as an elite businessman. Get ready for Natwarlal's most captivating heist, where his appearance played an important role in gaining the trust of people. He maintained a lavish facade with expensive costume, jewelry, and inciting perfumes. With this image, he devised a plan to sell Taj Mahal to a German businessman. To minimize risk, he targeted a foreigner instead of attempting this trick on Indians. After observing and analyzing the man's behavior and preferences, Natwarlal introduced himself as a provincial king who purchased Taj Mahal from the British. Astonishingly, he managed to sell Taj Mahal twice along with Red Fort, and he even claims Parliament as his own palace. Unfortunately, the buyers of these iconic buildings remain unidentified. Natwarlal possessed an uncanny ability to manipulate and deceive people, becoming so renowned that Bollywood made a movie about him in 1979. Natwarlal dedicated his life to full-time cons, but as he aged, his crimes were becoming sloppier. Eventually, he was arrested by the Varanasi police and he managed to escape from there at the age of 84. In 2009, Natwarlal's lawyer claimed that he had passed away, seeking dismissal of all his cases. But his brother claimed that he had already passed away in the year 1999 in Ranchi, leaving his death as a riddle. What kind of person is Natwarlal according to you? Is he a genius or just a con man? Comment below. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.